Okay, this is part 2 of our video series on preparing for court. We previously talked about some things about what to wear, what not to wear, when to arrive. And in this video, we're going to be talking about your testimony. Now, testimony is very, very important in your case. So it is very important that you speak with your attorney. Make sure you have a game plan. In this video, we're going to be covering some of the basic overviews of what to expect, how it works, so you can be better prepared. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about some general rules. The first and most important thing is always tell the truth. Perjury is a crime, and you do not want to be facing it. So when in doubt, tell the truth. Now, telling the truth means answering the questions asked. It doesn't mean providing more than what is asked. So it's really, really important. Listen to the question asked and answer the question asked. For example, if someone said, "Hey, what's your name?" You don't say, "My name's Johnny Utah and I like long walks on the beach." The question was about your name, not what are your hobbies. So again, when you're nervous, sometimes people ramble, but it's important to keep those emotions in check and listen to the question, pause, and then answer. It's really important that you testify to your knowledge and things that you have certainty about. For example, we're going to talk about cross-examination in a moment. But the opposing attorney is going to be asking you a series of questions. And sometimes it will appear as though those questions are fact, but maybe you're not certain about it. If you're not certain, don't agree to it. For example, let's say this notepad was your tax returns and your opposing attorney is asking you questions under cross-examination. And it looks as though they're reading the number from the tax return. Don't assume that the number's correct. If you don't know, it's okay to say, "I don't know," or "I might need to see the document to be sure." If you know, testify to your knowledge. If you don't know, it's perfectly fine to say, "I'm not certain." Let's talk about the two different types of examination that you're going to have in court. There's direct examination and cross-examination. There's also redirect and recross, which we'll also talk about. Let's first talk about direct examination. In direct examination, they're open-ended questions. The witness is going to be telling the story through the questions. For example, a direct examination question might be, "What is your name? What did you see? And then what happened?" In other words, in this scenario, the witness is going to be testifying and providing the details. The attorney is just simply setting up what's to come. Next is cross-examination. Now, you may have heard about this and can be kind of scary and overwhelming. This is going to be done by the adverse party or their attorney. Cross-examination done properly is close-ended questions. We previously said open-ended questions, such as "What is your name?" Well, a close-ended question is going to have the answer within the question. For example, instead of asking, "What is your name?" you're going to hear, "Your name is Johnny, right?" You see how the answer is kind of in the question? That's what cross-examination is. The attorney is providing their version of facts or events that they want the judge to hear, and the witness is simply confirming or denying it. Now, this can get tricky, and if you are under cross-examination, chances are there's going to have something happen where you feel trapped or you feel tricked. It's really important that you trust your attorney and understand that redirect is coming, which we're going to talk about, and you're not going to be combative with the other side. That's the worst thing you can do. Let me give you an example. We had a client once that we were on trial, and there were some issues going on about some medical bills not being paid for the children. And the cross-examination went like this: "The medical bills were in your name, right?" My client had to answer yes. "The bills were sent to your home, right?" My client had to answer yes. "And the bills went unpaid, right?" My client had to answer yes. You see how that cross-examination seems as though my client got the bills, ignored the bills, and they went unpaid. Now, redirect is when your attorney can ask questions that were done on cross-examination. And recross is questions about redirect. The point is, it can get a little confusing, but we're narrowing the issues down. And eventually you get to the point where people say, "No more questions." So I know we just covered a lot about court testimony. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the rules of evidence. It's a complicated subject, but it's a really important subject. One of the things you're going to hear us say often is it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. The rules of evidence are the thing to get in the way of that. So stick around for that next video and we'll explain.